Okay. Yeah. So while the main while I'm trying to get logged back in on the servers, we'll do this for the time being. And Matthew, thank you for the subscription. Oops. Let's see. I've kind of had to redo my layout here to get this working here. No, I'm not in. This is the Japanese server for the time being until I actually do get in. So I'm leaving the ship select music up to indicate that here. Let's see here. Let's do Chaotic Darkness. Oh, that's right. I played around with my stuff recently. Twister Fall, Rising Edge. Let's see. Sonic Arrow. Sacrifice Bite, and Guilty Break. There we go. Alright, I'm authenticating ID right now. And if and when we do happen to get in, then of course I would switch back over again. You know what, let me see if I can turn up the sound effects for you guys. Let's see. Should be better. Yeah, so at least right now, I've got this going for content until the servers do actually let me back in here. Let's see here. Oh, Joker. And you might note my my level here currently. I am level 92, and that's because this very week the level also expanded on the Japanese servers to level 95 for Cap. We got no wolves. Oh, somebody else got it. Okay. Oh, I'm in. Okay, hang on. Yeah, Buff J, just go ahead and accept the mag license client order as soon as it shows up. Alright, it looks like this is still taking a while here. Let's switch back over. Hey, meow. Alright, we're almost done with this mission here. Buff J, basically anything from coffee you want to get that. Alright, that clears up that mission. And that takes care of a featured quest as well. And we got a Tokyo bonus key silver. Alright, just to show you what just happened here, on the North American side, I almost got in, but then I got 630'd again, so we're gonna start this again here. Yeah, I have no idea what to make of it saying normal at this point here. Let's give it a minute and see if it responds. Alright, let's see. Trying to get in again, and, Latin Legacy NY, thank you for the follow there. Cynthia, thank you for the follow. And, yeah, this is just disconnecting us quickly now. It's like, not even trying to authenticate now. Oh, gotcha. You accidentally hit unfollow. Okay. Yeah, we're all trying to get in at this point here. Yeah, I got to level 10 myself. I have to wonder if they're gonna push back the urgent quests or not at this rate. I mean, it's like, they need to bring all 6 ships up now. Dubbing was... I would say the characters were too old sounding. I've been keeping an eye on it. Let me take a look at what they've said now. Alright, hi Arx, we are sorry for the inconvenience, and we are still working on the server issues. We will keep you updated as much as we can. Hang in there. That is the most recent thing that the official Twitter said, and they said that about a minute ago here. Alright, so at this point, I'm going to pop back over to the Japanese servers here. Alright, what do I have to take care of? Let's go ahead and collect on the Arx missions here. I'm gonna keep trying as we're going here. So anytime you hear extra sounds here, that's gonna be me trying to get into the North American server. All right, in terms of we can do right now. Actually, let me go ahead and feed my Rappy pet real quick here. Because I am trying to grow them at this point here. I don't know who the voice of 2B is playing at this point. Alright, let's go ahead and run a Tokyo Gold here. Yeah, there's urgent quests, there's fashion, there's all the missions have multiple difficulty levels that you can do. At least this time I made it to authenticating ID. If anything, I would say maybe this is going to be one of the better quests that we can pick up. If we get lucky on the featured quests. In terms of leveling up quickly. But we'll see if that actually works or not. I have no idea if that character, if that Raffia is going to make it past the sensors or not. Yeah, this character is very high level. Granted, they just increased the max level this week, so I'm in the process of leveling him up now to level 95. This is where I am currently, still trying to get in here. But just for reference, this character here, Nanan, they are missing when we went to take a look. So that's who I wanted to try to get 13-star weapons from, but unfortunately they were not available when I saw them while I was on the server. So, yeah, my plans on that have kind of changed here. Now, depending upon what happens, one thing I am considering doing is trying to get through the story as quickly as possible. Once again, skipping cutscenes and then coming back around on a different character. But we'll see on that. I'm not saying that's what I'm going to do, but depending upon how things go here, that may have to become an option. Let's see. Do I have anything I can hand in to get my boost higher? I do. Alright, what do I have for weeklies? I need to get Masetta, and I need to clear an advanced quest. Let me go under quests here. And I need to make a run at the quarry or the seabed. So let's go ahead and do that now. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to extend the beta or not. And who knows if characters like this are going to be around or not, since we can't even get in at this point. that's a code quick in the distance there. Yep. Code quick basically means you need to defend the Lillipin base here. Now, something I do also want to check, if we can, is the X shot, or rather the X cube shot, because I want to know if the rare drop 250s are available. I've been trying to get in, and that's why after a while I switched over to the Japanese server. You're still hearing the sound effects from me trying to log in on the stream here, or at least you should be hearing those sound effects, as well as the login music. I've essentially got the sound effects from both versions going at the same time right now. But yeah, this kind of thing really is to be expected during a beta. I think, if anything, Sega may have underestimated how big the North American market was actually going to be for this thing. And I'm hoping that they're scrambling to figure out what they're going to do now. Because that's kind of the best... Yeah, really, this kind of situation is the best possible thing that could have happened. The server's just going down hard like this. Because it shows them, hey, they need to pay attention over here. Now, I'm not going to full clear this, I just want to get enough kills in so that we at least get an S rank on this, and then I'll take it to the final boss. So I can unlock those titles. And I mean, they still got time to fix things before the first urgent quest. Let's see if they've tweeted anything new yet. Still working on the issues. Okay. That's another failed attempt. Yeah, it's funny. I picked up a whatchamacallit, one of the Elgato Stream Decks. But there's a hardware issue with it whereby certain buttons are pushing other buttons, so unfortunately I couldn't roll it out for this one. I gotta take it back and see if I can get another one from the store. I don't believe it can change colors. The other ones that I've got, the Lightstream is able to change colors. So this one here. Alright, we should be cleared on the S rank at this point. Alright, that looks like Vardasoma. Or Embryo Varda, actually. This is the rare one. Let's pop our Photon Blast. And let's go with the Elder Blast. Dark Blast. And yeah, with only episodes 1 to 3 available, it's unlikely we'll be able to get Dark Blast unlocked. Alright, down they go. I got up to the point where I was going to go out on my first mission after the introduction. I got to level 10, and then I got kicked out. The capture card rather I'm using is a is the Elgato what is it called? One second. Let me confirm its name. It's not the 4K one, but it's the 1080p add-in card. And let's see. Hyperberry1234, thank you for the follow, and Teal7 Silence, thank you for the follow. Alright, so let me go ahead and grab those titles. There we go. So titles are important to unlock, because over time, you get certain things that unlock with the titles. So once you get to, say, 1100 titles, you get a time reversal stone, which is good for Atra weapons. Atra X weapons, rather. Circular Amphrite Stone is for Lightstream weapons, and then the Liberate Unlocker lets you get a Liberate weapon. So that's one of the things I'm still working on. I never really paid attention that much to titles until that actually became how they were really distributing some of the top-level items. I'll go ahead and collect this Arcs mission. And, Super Cooper 89, thank you for the follow. Let's hand in these client orders. I am still at authenticating ID right now. What do we have here today? Oops, sorry. Not much in terms of things we can really get. There was actually a recent event that happened on the Japanese side here where For the scratch drawings, this particular scratch was added in, and this gives you a bunch of items that help you with building different weapons and units. And I spent like 6,000 star gems on that, so I've got quite a collection of stuff to use up now here. Let's see here. I need to untech some of these weapons, so let's do that now. I guess I'm just glad I'm able to use this as a backup plan until the servers are good. Using the Japanese servers. I'm curious what other streamers are doing at this point here. Oh yeah, when I look at all the other streamers that are going right now, a lot of them are like still at the login screen here. Let's see here. So continue identification. And we'll probably get the other episodes once the full release comes out, I would expect. Let's see. In terms of other things I'm working on at this point, there really isn't too much else. I need to get more badges from the yeah, exactly. It's kind of funny that, you know, I'm able to use this backup here. So the Orge Grudge here, I'm trying to get that converted into a 13-star unit. I just got into the character select area on the North American side. We'll see if I actually do, if my character loads up and if I'm able to get in. But I'm not putting any stock in that just yet here. Let's see. Oh, it did come up. But we got there previously, so let's see what happens here. I wonder if they might be trying to reset the servers or something. If they're showing maintenance right now. Oh, hello! I am getting in! Or at least it looks like I'm getting in. So we'll see what happens here this time. If I do get in, then I'll... I guess let me just fully turn down the audio on this version here. Oh, nope, I'm out. Kimpachi439, thank you for the follow. So it looked like I was starting to get in. Oh, now the servers are just showing offline. Oh, everything's in maintenance now. Well, I'll keep trying for a couple of times here. Okay. Looks like they just posted a tweet here, saying that the servers are going into emergency maintenance. Let me bring this up on screen here. Yeah, here we go. So it says, attention ARCs, we are experiencing unexpected server issues and are starting at an emergency maintenance. We apologize for the inconvenience. We will notify you the moment the servers are up and running again. Yeah, that's actually interesting that they actually have a special screen for that. But I guess they were kind of they were kind of expecting it at the same time, I think. And I agree with you, Rooks. Let's see. So, yeah, so they don't say anything about how long this is gonna take here. Obviously, people are upset. But it is what it is. Hopefully the servers don't go down for too long here, but it is what it is right now. I have no intention of stopping at this point, since I do have that backup plan here. So, let me go ahead and get things switched around again. Okay. And the reason I went to ship 1 was a couple of reasons. First, I figured that most of the newer players are just going to end up on there. And as a content creator, I want to be there to help other players out when they need help. And secondly, certain groups have made it known that they were going to make their presence known on Ship 2, and that was just simply not something that I wanted to deal with, especially in trying to keep, sort of a somewhat professional environment here on the show. Okay, so let me just refresh this real quick. Let's see if they said anything else yet. And no, nothing else has been said, so we're just going to keep an eye on this here. But for the time being, I am going to switch back over to the other side here. So let's do that. Let me get my mouse and keyboard swapped back over again. Alrighty. Cool. Alright. Let me go ahead and check over here and see if anything of my stuff sold. A couple items sold. At this point, I'm waiting for, on this side, the servers to... Or, not the servers, I'm waiting for, the Affix Boost week to start, which should be coming up... I think it's gonna be... Not next week, but the week after? I'm quiet? Let me turn up my mic a little. Is this any better now? Okay. Gotcha. Alright. Well, what I've got currently, this is, like, nothing. And the reason I say that is if we come over here... And if I set myself to... Actually, all units... Number of abilities, 8. And we search. Any unit with 8 slots on it starts at 1 million Meseta. And as we start to go up, the price climbs and climbs. The highest selling units right now, those are hundreds of millions of Meseta. I'm not going to count these, because these don't have anything really good on them that they're worth it. This one sort of does. I mean, once you get to this high level, it's of Meseta cost, it's not totally worth it. But there are some that kind of are. This is sort of a good one. Best weapon on the shop. Honestly, you can't buy the best weapons in the game. You have to earn them. Somebody's trying to get my attention here. Oh, Sissy! Hey there! Good to see ya. Yeah, let me see if anything has come up yet on the other side. Nope, nothing is even responding right now. Let's see here. Yeah, I probably should actually exchange that in at this point, just so I can get the 1 million experience ticket. Since I am trying to level up. Alright, let's check out this check time lobby action that I just learned. Oh, it looks like that time is actually to your local time. So that's kind of a fun one to have. Fashion prices. Let's take a look. So, item search. Let's say we want costumes. Actually, layering wear. Let's go with outerwear. There's a few points of rarity. So yeah, a lot of them start pretty expensive, and then if we come over here, things like this are like 1 million Meseta. Like if you wanted to get some fur arms or around your arms or something like that, that's what that looks like. It also says what the top ranking items are here as well. So if we come over here, looks like one of them is a camo. Got a nice swirl around it. A heart apron. But I think that's from the current Valentine's event. Oh, there's a stealth weapon camo that basically gets rid of what your weapon looks like. That's kind of funny. I've already got a stealth mag. But yeah, camos can just go for really ridiculous prices. And then there's the Sword of Promised Victory, which... It's just a swirling blade of light. It's not even... It's like a stealth, but it's got this swirl on it here. Let's see if they said anything on Twitter. Nothing new. So I'm still checking that as we go here. You want to see rifle skins, okay? I think that's one. Yeah, that looks like one of them. And then, of course, there are other ones around here. Let's see. Some camos work across multiple items, or rather, multiple weapons. Now, let me actually switch over to our ranger. Oh, yeah. I can explain how that was going to work. So, basically, my plan was I was going to get up to level 40 as quickly as I could, so I could get into advanced quests. Once I got into advanced quests, that's when photon boosters were going to start dropping. Now, if we go under photon boosters, we can see this weapon badge SP. 10 photon boosters gives you a weapon badge SP. So, if I was to, say, take 10 of those, or 20 of those, which would have been 200 photon boosters. And then I came over here to the badge shop. I would be able to come over here, go to the weapon exchange, and 20 badges would have given me this weapon, which is a 13 star. But since these weapons don't exist, and neither, in fact, this person here, Nanan, since she doesn't exist at all, it basically that killed my plan. It was a legit strat, at least on the Japanese server when I created a new account last weekend. Because that's how I was able to get myself up to level 57 by the end of an 8-hour period. But keep in mind, that was with 200% experience boosters going the entire time. But that's basically what my plan was. To really pull ahead of everything else here. With the servers down, as they are right now, and in fact, let me check if there's any response. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, I partied with others, if anybody needs a hand, on the Japanese version. Yeah, server's still down. If I had to guess what's going on right now, they're probably trying to figure out where the main block and everything is. They're trying to free that up so that the traffic can just flow in. Okay, so while we're waiting here, why don't we go ahead and run something? Let's see. I do need to get some Aceta. In fact, Balrodus is available, so let's go ahead and take care of that one. Yeah, so AC scratch tickets, the way that they work, you go under scratch drawings, and then you take a look at the prize list, you make sure that there's something on there that you want, and then randomly, depending upon what the... There are percentages listed on the official site for what the rate of percentage is for each of these items, what your chance of getting it is. But you would basically hit here to draw a scratch card. I'm going to come down here to the fun one, since it's the same idea. And you would then select one of 3 slots here. And that would give you an item from that list. Yes, Sephiroth. They do have, and in fact, I was able to create the Time for War Alliance before the servers went down. Alright, so let's load up the ocean. Coast exploration. Yeah, so basically, once the servers come back up, we'll see how stable things are. We'll see how stable the servers are, and then we'll take it from there. In terms of maybe doing the meetup then, or otherwise we might do the meetup tomorrow. It really only comes into play for doing, like, the ARCS missions, having alts, in that you can get a decent amount of Aceta, which is money in this game, from having alts, and doing, ARCS missions on each of them, but beyond that, there really isn't much of a reason to have alts, because you can level, every single class on the same character. I need my Umbra Stick, and I need Silk Flux. Alright, was there a, do I actually need to clear this area, or am I good to just go to the end? Looks like I'm actually good to just go to the end here, so why don't we go ahead and do that? Over there. We just need to take down Balrodus. Generally, if you can group up, you'll want to group up. Just because it makes killing creatures quicker. But in a lot of cases, you can also solo clear things. The only thing that you really need other players for usually is going to be urgent quests, where the bosses are essentially just HP sponges. Alright, down goes the Balrotos. The hardest thing I would say is going to be what you need to do to clear the expert requirements in the game, because there is a time limit that you need to clear those under. But what I will say is any mission in this game also is susceptible to power creep, in that there's no like item level cap or anything like that. Let's see if they've said anything new yet. So they say, well, the Twitter, the official Twitter is saying, we love you guys, hang in there, we will make it up to you. Now, what that actually means, I don't know yet. But I would say if they're in maintenance right now, I would say there's probably a good chance that at the very least they're going to reschedule the the first urgent quest. Yeah, there's RNG in terms of upgrading weapons and more specifically putting abilities on them. So let's just say, for example, I come over here to Doo-Doo in the item lab, and I want to add abilities. And I go to this weapon, I say, let's go ahead and add the items, or rather the abilities from this weapon onto the first one. As you can see here, there is a percentage of success in adding those. Sometimes it's 100%, but the more powerful ones are going to be less than 100%. Now, there are boosters that you can use that will bring those percentages up from what it was originally, but typically the booster is not going to be enough to make it 100%. And so that's why people will either risk it and effectively get what's called doo-dooed, where they don't get everything that they want, or they'll wait until certain special ability boost weeks happen. But those happen like maybe twice or 3 times a year. I have no idea what they mean, if they're going to extend the beta or what they're going to do. You don't lose the weapon, but you don't... The number of slots that the weapon had is going to go down based on however many failed to get added. So you can have up to 8 slots on a weapon or a unit, but if one of those misses and it doesn't transfer over correctly, then it's going to go down to 7 slots. And in order to get it back up to 8 slots, you're going to have to do the same process of adding slots onto it. No, it's not useless. You just have to put the effort into getting it back up to 8 slots and then trying the transfer again. Yeah, this is nothing like Phantasy Star Universe where the weapon would just flat out break. Adding slots is basically, let's say I've got this sword here, and I want to add this here. This has 4 things on it. So we got Power 1, Spirit of 1, and we've got Emperor Embrace. Those are all 100% right now. But take a look at what happens when I add the last one. Because it's an extra slot, the chance of all 3 of them working now goes down to 75%. So you need to hit that 75% 3 times. So that's why adding slots is harder than it is actually getting the transfer to work. But the way around that sort of is to just use essentially garbage abilities to do the upslotting, and then do what you actually want to do once you actually have it at the number of slots you want it at. That's sort of the safer way to do it. if you fail adding slots, then potentially you could lose even more slots than you did the first time. Because it's based on however many were successful in getting added. Alright, I still need to, let's see. Let's go recycle here. Anything that has less than 7 slots, I usually get rid of automatically. And now let's head over to our room, and let's desynthesize the other stuff that we got. Yep, exactly, Moon Star. Alright, so craft and item desynthesis. I'm basically doing this to anything that is less than 7 slots and is less than 10 stars. Okay. Yeah, exactly. They're enchantments, or rather enhancements that basically make a weapon stronger than what it is typically. Alright, I need to hand in that client order from before. Alright, so defeat Valrodos. That is worth 250,000 Meseta. And since I need to gain Meseta to get Meseta, I get 1 million from that one. From that Arcs mission. I am in Time for War on the Japanese side, but it is a solo alliance on the Japanese side. The North American one is the one that I'm opening up to the public right now. I'm the only member in it. Yeah, it's, when you have bonus keys, it's easy to, get experience. I wanted to come over here so I could, grab the experience boost here. Since I'm gonna be running some keys here while we're still waiting. Once I'm 95, well, let me put it to you this way. Once I'm level 95, it does not end. because that just means I'm level 95 on Hunter. I still have this whole list to get through. So, Hunter, Fighter, Ranger, Gunner, Force, Techer, Braver, Bouncer, Summoner, Hero, Phantom, and Etoile. So, it's gonna take a while. And I don't have enough keys to do all of them. My advice to any player is get Hunter to Summoner up to level 75 at a minimum. And the reason you want to do that is because there's going to be a permanent stat bonus that gets added when you do that. That bonus carries across regardless of whatever class you're on. So some of them will give you, like, extra attack, some of them will give you extra HP, some of them will give you extra defenses. And then I think there's one or two that also give you extra photon points. It's a good combo. It lets you be tanky and also do a lot of damage as a ranger. And when I say tanky, I mean it gives you access to what's called automate, whereby once you go under a certain HP threshold, it'll automatically use a mate item which will heal you back up. I basically get the same advantage being a Hunter Etoile, except Etoile vastly reduces the amount of damage that's being done to me through what's called the damage balancer. It's a skill that unlocks on the tree. I can show you where it is once I'm out of here. Alright, level 93. Nice, that cleared up a team order I need to take care of. Get back here. Alright, that clears up that run. So, in terms of guilds, or alliances in this game, really the reason you want to join is so you get access to the tree buffs. There isn't anything that's specifically guild-related, or alliance-related, rather, that only an alliance can do, but there are certain benefits that you can get from it. Like the tree, like I mentioned, but there are other things. Let me kind of show you all that. Alright, so, if we go under here, so learn class skills. If we go under Ranger, this is basically how I have my tree built out right now. It's focused more on just getting as much damage done as possible here. But if we go under Hunter, you would also have access to this tree at the same time. And if we come down to here, You would need 3 points in guard stance, and then you get access to automate half line, which would trigger the mate to happen once you're at 50% health. There are certain things that unlock as you do level up your alliance. So if we come over here to the team room. So we have, of course, access to the team orders, and let me go ahead and hand this in. Team status. Right now, I'm at level 4 on this team. I'm trying to get myself up to 60,000 team points so that I can get access to level up the attack level on the tree again. You need the mate in your inventory. You don't need to have it on the pallet. And it will always prioritize the lower value mate first. So it'll go monomate, then dimate, then trimate. So if you want to have something more effective than monomates, just leave them out of your inventory. Okay. Under team settings, of course, we can set up the different ways the team is actually set up. Team expansion allows you to add various things to your team, level it up to level 5, and rename the team. And then here we have team room expansion, which you could either expand your team room storage, you could change the team room base to any one of these bases here. You can change the counter attendant. And then, of course, you can change the background music, you can set up a symbol art on one of the monitors, and you can also enable team accessories. And then there's also the team shop, which basically allows you to buy certain items for the team using team points. And so that's how you can give the team, say, tri-boosts, or if you want to give them triggers to run, or bonuses, or bonus keys, rather. And then also advanced capsules and extreme passes. Yeah, the faster you can level up your team that way. Now, there is eventually a point where there's, like, nothing left to get. You'll have fully grown your tree to the maximum level. You'll have leveled up the team all the way. But that's... Once you reach that point, it's essentially the main reason why people would have joined a team have what they've been looking for, which is the support photon effect, which like gives them, I think it's an attack boost up to 25%, and then Meseta and Rare Drop, I think, go up to like 10%, maybe 15%. I haven't really been focusing on those. I've been more focused on attack boost right now. But that's the main reason you want to join a team, so that you have access to this tree, so it's easier for you to clear content. It is, and I would say for certain classes it's almost required to get through certain content. Alright, let me check to see if they've said anything new on their Twitter about the current situation. Nope, they are still working on it. And if I try to log in right now... Let me check out their forum right now, actually, and see if they've got anything posted there. Just to try to find some new information. Nope, I'm not seeing any posts here, unfortunately. Looks like they're just sticking to the, to making announcements on the Twitter rather than on the official forum, which is interesting to say the least. About announcements here. Server updates. Yeah, they don't even have anything under the server updates section, which is really surprising. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on the official site, so yeah, it looks like that's the plan for right now. They're just posting on their Twitter, essentially. Alright, so coming back here. Yeah, in terms of the differences between the races, there really is no difference between them once you get to endgame. There might be some small variances early on, but it's really nothing huge. Oh, I have my microphone off. Oh my goodness. Let me switch that back here. Sorry about that, everyone. Alright, so right now I'm just debating what to actually do here, in terms of the points that I'm getting from leveling up. Warcry and Warbrave doesn't really do a whole lot for me, I don't think. Especially because I really don't have room on my bar currently, for it. Typically I at least want to have an eye on my die mates to know how I'm actually doing on mates, as a mission is going through. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks like their most recent tweet here, they're saying that Kuna will sing tomorrow, so it doesn't actually help us about the current situation here. Thing is, guard stance isn't going to do much for me as well, because on this slot, on my fourth weapon slot, I have this weapon, which gives me access to the technique anti, even though I'm a hunter at toil. So anything that needs to be cured in terms of poison or burning or anything like that, I can already do that. I mean, in all honesty, it looks like I'm probably actually going to want to put more points into, not HP absorption. I think that's just going to end up as ones because of the toil. Probably going to have to put them into Flash Guard. I don't think, what would this do? Well, actually, that would extend Massive Hunter and reduce the cooldown so that half the time it can be up, and would reduce all the incoming damage by 25% then. And then I'd have 2 points left after that, once I get up to 95. And then I could put that into Flash Guard here for another 2%, or 4% reduction against striking. Generally, you want to try to have at least one Ranger and one, Techer and one Gunner in the party of 12 if you can, just because then you get access to Weak Bullet, Chain from the Gunner. Weak Bullet comes from the Ranger, and then the Techer, gives you, access to extra HP and extra attack power through Debanded Shifta. Yeah, the meetup is postponed until the servers are fixed at the very least here. Yeah, I can show you Ranger. Yeah, I think let's do that. I think doing this is gonna be a better combo. So, okay, I'll max out my Massive Hunter now, and then I'll be able to put 2 more points into Flash Guard 1 here. Once I get the last 2 levels. Okay, and that message that just popped up is going to actually be for the Valentine's mission. That'll be popping up in about 15 minutes here on the Japanese side. Alright, so let's go Ranger. And Subclass Hunter. Alright, and let's see, all storage. I want to get access to my 2 main weapons. Spread Needle and the Exium Bunker. Alright, so Spread Needle, Exium Bunker. Alright, another tweet just came out. Hi everyone, we are still working on it. When the servers are open again, you will be notified immediately. Thank you for your words of encouragement, and we apologize again for the inconvenience. So, we shall see whenever they are ready to go here. Bear with me for 1 second here. Alrighty, let's go ahead and check out Ranger here. Yeah, that's my plan. I'm gonna stay awake as long as I can for this whole thing. Let's do Facility Ecological Survey. My loadout, So, the loadout I'm using here... this here is, 1 point, which basically does many attacks, longer than the normal shooting attack. This one here fires an AoE missile. This one basically brings a rain of attack around you. This one, you have to hold it down and focus on a single point. Once it starts flashing like that, it sends down a beam that attacks enemies. And then this one, you charge it and let it rip. And that then does a ton of damage. Weak Bullet is active. And then for my Axiom Bunker, let me actually update this here. So... I'll do Cosmo Breaker, Divine Launcher... We'll do Sphere Eraser there. Cluster Bullet. And Rodeo Drive. Okay. Let's actually get down to the field here. No, I still have not crafted my Rodeo Drive. That's a good point. Let me get out of this, and let's do that right now. Thank you for the reminder there, Rooks. Basically, crafting allows you to change how, either how much damage an attack will do from a certain photon art, or it will actually change how a certain photon art works. So, like, what's going to happen here, the Rodeo Drive used to only go so far, but now I should be able to hold the weapon, hold the photon art button down to actually go pretty far. So let's see here. Rodeo Drive. There we go. And it's as simple as using a disc. So yeah, sustain to increase blast power. Now we can go back out. Yeah, there are risks of crafting that you're not going to get, like, something that's max power or something like that. And then if you need to reset it back, there's a way to do that. But it's kind of expensive to do that. But you can craft on top of another craft, so you don't have to go back to what it was originally first, before you can craft it again. Crafting should be available from the start. I'm just holding off until it shows up in my ARCS missions before I do the first one. Alright, so in terms of the loadout I'm using here, this one fires a sphere, which then expands out, hits multiple times. This one is just a really powerful attack in an AoE. This one fires a beam, and you can also hold that beam down. This one... Oh, I need photon points. This one launches up into the sky and does another AoE. And then the last one, Rodeo Drive, it constantly uses photon points. But it moves you around. I wouldn't say Ranger is that hard of a class, rather. Your role as a Ranger really is to apply a weak point to enemies using the weak shot skill that you get from the tree. Because what that will do is it'll make it so that everybody's damage does more damage when they attack that weak point that you set up. And if you can hit an enemy's weak point with the weak point bullet, then it does even more damage than regular weak point damage would do. And then there's one other thing that you get access to eventually. Yeah, when you hit a target with a weak bullet, it will paint this red icon onto the target. Let me see if I actually have that. I probably do. Yeah, here we go. So if I equip the weak bullet, or weak point bullet, and if I look for a target now, there's one. So it painted that little red reticle on there, and if it had not died after a single hit, then any additional attacks to it would have done more damage. You get them off your skill tree. Alright, so the last thing that you get access to as a ranger, using the launcher weapon, you get access to complex photon arts, which will look like this. Now that's a meter that builds up every now and then, and it costs 1 meter to use that. Bouncers and hunters have access to something similar to that, but each uses a different number of meter points on it. Alright, I want to try to wrap this up before the emergency quest pops up. Hey, Raja, you still can't handle things on your own, huh? Now, the weapon I'm using here is a spread needle, so every time I do a normal attack, it's also doing an AoE of extra bullets there. Which is why I think even though there are stronger 15-star weapons out there, this weapon as a 14-star still does an amazing job. Bouncers, they're actually pretty powerful in this game, from what I've seen with them. Used to be I was actually playing a hunter bouncer because it gave me access to use techniques in addition to just my normal hunter layout. So it gave me access to be able to use like Resta and such, which is your main healing ability. Alright, one more target and we'll be done here. Yeah, it's a shame that that the maintenance did come up like this here. Let me see if anything new got posted. Doesn't look like it. Still working on the maintenance. Alright, so what I'm going to do at this point here is I'm going to bring the audio for my Xbox One down. And I'm going to turn the music for PSO, the Japanese servers up. And I'm going to swap myself back over to Hunter at Toil. Yeah, my mag needs food. That'll do. Let's see. Why are you not seeing the audio for the game here? Bear with me for one moment. I'm going to find out what's going on. The main stat boosts that you get from it, don't, what am I trying to say here? The main stat boosts, you get regardless of if it's powered or not. Alright, let me see why you're not getting audio here. I'm checking through a couple of things here to find out what's going on. Let's see here. Or at least it doesn't look like you're getting audio from the game right now. It is just to check, is that the case here? This is so weird. Why is this not working right now? Alright, I will turn the audio for the capture card back on then, for the meantime. Just so that you have that. So this is an emergency quest, or an urgent quest rather, for the Japanese side for the Valentine's event. You're hearing the audio from my Xbox One though. I don't think you're hearing the game audio. Or are you hearing game audio? I can't tell. Are you hearing, like, the impacts from like, the different weapon attacks and such? I guess that's my question. Okay, alright, so then I can't have both the console quiet and the game playing audio. Okay, so then we'll just have to deal with the with that audio in the background then, I guess, for now. Unless there might be a way to fix it. Hang on. If I come under, and bear with me for 1 second here. Where is it? Here we go. If I come under here, filter, no, not that, properties. There we go. Okay, now, if I say okay here, there we go. All right, now we're good. So now you should only be hearing the Japanese game here. Alright, Dios Griffin. If you recognize this guy, it's because he was in the, he was in episode 2 of Phantasy Star Online. Or rather, a different version of him was. Looks like the path splits here. And actually, come to think of it, looking at the stage, this looks like stage 5 of challenge mode. Mission start. Just with a different set of enemies. Well, the auto-target is taking me directions I don't want to go here. Let's do this instead. Try to get up to these targets here. Right now, I am a hunter with an Etoile subclass. Alright, so it looks like they actually just put a weak bullet on me here. No, this is not the hero class. Hero is different. Alright, let me show you what the Hunter's complex photon looks like. It's basically that large beam sword there. Hits multiple times, does hundreds of thousands of damage. Now, at some point here, if things continue like this, I'm going to want to reset one of my monitors here. Urgent quests typically run for around 30 minutes unless there are multiple phases to them, at which point they can go up to an hour. Let's go ahead and pop a Photon Blast here. Oh, I thought you were talking about how long the urgent quests last for. It really depends upon how skilled your team is how quickly you complete them. Fishing is good to do in terms of getting fevers going, so you can then start doing the mining. One thing I will tell you about this game is eventually, once you kind of get towards the top end of things, you're going to start to get so many rare drops that you'll be able to have a constant 250% rare drop boost going all the time. So you don't ever really have to worry about not running with one of those boosters. It's just really more in the early game where it's sort of a thing, but then again, that's early game. Why would that even matter? Alright, Caterdra'nsa roll. Which means that's the rare version, I believe. Wait, is that the rare? Yeah, that's the rare version. His darker belly is the sign of that. Alright, and that was a summon Vol Dragon. Alright, on to the Laplace Demon. Gotta look for its eye stalks to actually start hitting it. Alright, let's see here. Alright, it's vulnerable. Alright, not sure what song that is. I'm assuming that's from, like, one of the character CDs, and so I'm gonna keep attacking over it. Okay, we're good now. But this is just an example of how frenetic some of these urgent quests can get, because you're basically in a team of 12 players, as we're all trying to take down the enemies at the same time. Now, this is also the Evolian Dragon. This is a new version of the Vol Dragon, which I believe was just released with this patch. I think we're towards the end of the mission, actually. Alright, that clears up 2 client orders there, and the Evolian Dragon goes down. Oh! I think that was a 15-star that just dropped. And we got a Love Emperor Rappy here. Does not look like it in this particular one. Alright, let's go ahead and grab everything here. Oh, I am full. let's see here. Put that all in there. And if you're familiar with Phantasy Star Zero, that's where this track comes from. So the reason I've got all these special weapons coming through for me is there's a weapon I'm holding on to right now called the Bralette, whereby once you get its ability up to a certain point, anything that drops rare is going to be an unteched weapon. I think I'm gonna run out of bank space. And just so you're aware, I am in the background, still trying to connect to the server. I wonder if there are any materials I can get rid of here. Yeah, there's actually some stuff I can get rid of. There we go, that clears some space. Oh, and also, if you ever have trouble hearing me, just let me know and I'll adjust the volume. No, I don't believe there's a ranger, or rather, I don't believe there was a ranger in the last party. There might be in this one. We'll see once any of the bosses pop up. So since we went left the first time, we'll go right this time. Rangers can make these easier because they can apply that weak bullet I was talking about earlier. That red reticle, which I'm looking for on the Dios Griffin, and I am not seeing it here. So I don't think we have one. Alright, have a good one there, Sephiroth. Alright, so we got a Caterdra'nsa here. These are stretchy dragons. And their stretchy parts are where their weak points are. Yeah, the weak bullet can be applied anywhere, but generally you want to try to hit the boss's weak point with the weak bullet, so the weak damage essentially doubles up. the weak point is always the same on each creature, so it's just something you learn with experience, where to apply it. I'm trying to see if there are any new tweets while we're waiting here. But I am not seeing any. Hey there, Vegas Illusia. That is the Statue of Liberty riding on top of a Sphinx. Let's hit both of them at the same time. There we go, nice damage. Alright, now we're waiting for the second team to finish their side. Alright, there's still no more tweets here. So, we'll see. Seems like they might be struggling on that side, so let's make our way over there. Yeah, blue numbers are going to be your critical hits. And critical hits don't do, like, double damage or anything like that. It's more like you've maximized the damage that you can do with a particular attack. Or actually, wait. Or are you talking about where healing is being done? Aimer Entertainment, thank you for the follow. Yeah, there still hasn't been any word on when this is actually going to be back up for the North American side. What I will say is that I am recording the whole thing, and I'll be uploading a more highlighted version to YouTube, especially after what's happened here. Once the beta's over. Alright, looks like we gotta finish off all the enemies before we can, get out of this section here. So I play the Japanese version, but I also play Final Fantasy XIV, and Final Fantasy XIV is about to go through a version update in a couple of weeks, so that'll be on this channel soon. Alright, Matoy needs a hand here. Let's see here. Need to take out those eyes, and then Laplace will be attackable. Okay, there we go. And then, once they are done, we move on to the last section. Up. Alright, so, anything left? Looks like that's it. Moving on to the new Voldragon. The Evolian Dragon. Yes, there are still rare rappies in this game. And in fact, we just had one of them pop up. The rare Emperor Rappy. It showed up at the end. But yeah, like I said before, these bosses here, they're essentially just HP sponges, so that's why you want to be in a full group if you can. Looks like somebody actually dropped out of our group. Take out the tail crystal. Okay. I haven't known many people to actually go after that recently. Alright, so we got a bunch of rare drops. Oh, and we got another Love Emperor Rappy here. Ah, nice. So what just dropped here are a bunch of the, collection files I've been after. I need to make space, apparently. Actually, I hadn't been working on it for that long, for these, so... Is that it? I think so. Alright. Gotcha, okay. I don't think I'll be able to get much else from this one, just because my inventory is pretty full at this point. Yeah, I used to be on YouTube until the whole COPPA thing happened. I mean, I'm technically still on there, but Twitch is gonna be, sort of where I'm more headquartered at this point, essentially. I just find it's a lot easier to do things over here. On Twitch than over on YouTube. Editing was really getting in the way of me producing the show, essentially. And it's not really my style has really changed or anything like that. It's basically, if I make a mistake, I can't hide it anymore, essentially. That's kind of the draw of streaming, really. Let's see here. What can I get rid of? Just you, actually. Well, no, I can get rid of you as well. Not you. Okay. And let's put this all in storage. Oh wait, what am I doing? I have access to my PSO2 storage again. I actually got plenty of space here. I would do that, except we know for a fact that the storages on the North American side are different, so I don't want to do that until we're actually back online there. Still no new tweets here. I did want to see what else dropped. Come to think of it, if I had to guess what dropped, that was a 15-star, probably going to be one of these eggs, actually. Yeah, I guess so. Alright, so it's a double saver that dropped. As a 15-star, let's see what we got. A Fraulein Rose. And looking at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 slot. An 8-slot 15-star. Just one problem, I've already got one that's like that. Yeah, there's an icon next to each weapon. So if I open this up here, this little icon right here, this tells me it's an egg. This tells me it's a sword. This is a wired lance. This is a partisan. A dagger. This here tells me it's a double saber. So at a glance, you can easily tell. Eggs are used for summoners for their pets. So, like, these are all the pets that I have open on this character. Let me hand in these client orders real quick here. Alright, so if I were to, say, go Summoner here, just so I can show you real quick. Alright, so if I equip this Nemesis bar, so this little guy right here, he's called a Caterdra'n. And then this here is Sally. Actually, no, that's a rare version. This here is a Jinga. Sorry, right now, my account has about 25,000 hours on it, but keep in mind that this is, an account that's been around since the second alpha. For the, Japanese side, so it's been in play for years and years now. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm looking at, I'm just checking who's currently online, streaming, and it looks like, some of the, bigger guys, that came into the, to stream have actually all, dropped away for the time being. They're doing other stuff, or they're... Funny, they're playing other games, but they're still listing as PSO2. Okay. Let's see. Alright, I want to do something here real quick, and I don't know if this is going to cause an issue with the stream, but I want to get this back onto my main monitor at this point, just because I'm kind of having to stretch my neck, as I've been trying to log in on two screens at the same time. Bear with me for one moment. You might see some flashing, you might see the stream potentially stop. I hope that doesn't happen. Let's see here. Alright, are we still here? Looks like we are. Now... but this is on the wrong screen, so I gotta fix that. So bear with me for one moment, everyone, while I switch this over to the other screen here. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and launch it again. Yeah, you're looking at, basically, 8 years or so. No worry, Rex. Thanks for joining here to this evening. Once again, I'm just rebooting the game so I can get it onto the right screen here. Oh no, that's the wrong screen. Okay, hang on. Let's try this again. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the audio from the game going again here on the Xbox, and that way, even though I'm covering it up with the Japanese version, I'll be able to still hear when potentially the servers have come back up. Thanks, Rooks. Yeah, hopefully they come up soon.
Sega.
Oh, oh yeah. I guess we can take a look at this if you haven't seen it before. Yeah, so that shows off some of the other classes that are coming. Alright, I'm gonna take the screen away while I get logged in again here. Alrighty, we're back in. Let me just get a couple of things set up here. I had my tertiary monitor disabled since I didn't think I was going to be over here, but I might as well have my middle screen now up again. At least until the server actually does come back up. Let me kill the music here. And now let me get the other going again here. Bear with me for 1 second while I do that. Activate. There we go. And let's bring it back over here now. So yeah, now I'll be able to hear as we're going here. Let me also move my main mouse over at this point, since this has taken so long. Okay, there we go. So we are all set to go now. And thanks for joining the Clock Blocks. Let's try to get to a quieter block. Alright, so we just got a another title. That one was from customizing photon arts. I haven't really done many of that, so just because it's such a meseta drain. So there are technically 7 titles available for that, but I've only done 10, as you can see here. Nothing really good on sale today. Alright, so at this point, let's go ahead and start heading down kind of the list of client orders I've got here. King Yire, Snow Banshee. That would take me out to the Tundra. So let's do Arc Search Tundra 1. Oh wait, I need to switch back over to Hunter of Toil now that I think about it. There we go. Let me get my sword back on. Yeah, again, I don't have that much storage space left, so I'm not going to be doing a ton of other urgent quests here on this side tonight. But we can at least do some of the client orders at least here. So this is the Tundra area, and I believe this is supposed to be available during all this. Whoops, wrong button. There we go. Diamond, this is the Japanese server. I'm doing this while the North American servers are under maintenance. Hopefully so. What I would say is, since the Japanese developers are the ones that actually built up this particular server, they're probably working on it right now. Since it would be basically about midday for them right now. Maybe a little later. Although if it's Microsoft's team, who knows? Right now I'm just trying to make sure I get enough kills so I get a high enough rank on this so that it actually gives me the clear. We're probably good at this point, actually. Alright, so that clears up that client order. Aki just needed a hand there, and that was pretty much it for that one. Alright, so given that servers are still not up at this point here, given that I've also been going for about 4.5 hours at this point, what I want to do is I want to take a quick break here, grab a quick bite to eat, and then we're gonna continue on here. Hopefully the servers do come up soon. But yeah, let me take a quick break, and then we will continue from there. Tasty Soap, thank you for the follow as well here. So I will be back shortly here. Please stand by. Alrighty, we are back. Once again, we're still waiting to hear on the status of the servers here. I guess while I'm still kind of finishing up things here, why don't we? Does anybody have any questions that they need answered? Alright, doesn't seem like anybody has any questions here. Let me take a look at what client orders we got still. I do need to take care of a guard Zigmord. That would take me to the Kuron area. So let's go ahead and hop into that next here. Now, for this one in particular, you need to be searching around and looking for enemies to take out. Once you hit 500 points, then the way to the boss will open up. Oh, and Amelia and Vivian back there. Amelia's from Phantasy Star Portable 2, while Vivian was from Phantasy Star Portable. we don't know yet if the PC version is going to get its own closed beta test or not. There's suspicion that it might show up for the open beta test, but we really don't know yet. Sega hasn't said anything definitive on that. The way, like I said before, the way that things have turned out tonight, this is actually one of the best results that could have happened in all this here. The servers going down like they did. Because basically this proves to Sega that, well, they need to pay attention to the North American region, because there are so many players that want to play this game that they'd be foolish not to put a lot more effort than they already are into this thing. Knock me out of the air. Alright, let's head over to the second area. And it is time to face off against the boss. We're gonna turn into a Falls Apprentice here. And down goes the boss. Alright, back up to the gate ship we go. And let's head back out to the lobby. Alright, up next, let's go ahead and run an ultimate quest here. And it'll be against Omega Masquerade. Oh, I've been frozen. Alright, moving on to the second phase now. Oh, he got me there. Here come the clones. There's one. I don't see the second one. Must have already taken it out. And that clears depth 36. Any good drops here? Probably not. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Alright. Alright, let's look at doing a skyscape exploration next. Looking at the Twitter, it looks like they've completely stopped tweeting anything out at this point here. There hasn't been anything for over an hour now. Yeah, Noble, no idea when they're gonna finally be able to bring the servers up, unfortunately. I mean, they're just staying silent at this point. Granted, they probably can't say anything until the development team actually has any news for us. Where do you see that tweet? The most recent one I've got here is still from an hour ago. Oh wait, there it is. Okay. Still working here and working on getting the servers back up. We are really sorry for the unexpected maintenance. Yeah, so who knows? I mean, oh hey, hello, Odin. And that takes down Odin, the guest boss from Final Fantasy XIV. I'm curious if that boss is actually going to be over on the North American side or not. Now, some of you are probably asking yourselves, why am I just forcing myself to stay awake at this point, given everything that's going on? And the main problem is I actually set myself up so that I didn't wake up today until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So, I've still got lots of energy at this point. Now, if the servers are still down as the sun starts to come up, then that might be a different story, where I might have to stop at that point. But we'll see. Just about at the end of this path, then we'll move on to the second block. Alright, let's take down that Quartz Dragon. Yeah, I knew they were gonna go down real quick there. That takes care of the 2 Skyscape client orders. Alright, let's do a ruins exploration next here. Alright, our support partner Raja could use a hand. And we're good. Those little pillars or whatever they're called. Yeah, those can make it go dark pretty quick. But all you gotta do is just do some damage to them, and you get the benefit of getting Shift and D-Band casted on you for doing that. Well, part of the reason for that is just because I'm sort of an end game player here. So my gear is pretty high level for this area. As you can see, I'm level 93. They're just level 64 right now. But there's nothing more difficult than this particular mode for this area. That's a Dark Ragna. And goodbye, Dark Ragna. For reference, that was a boss. Granted, a boss that was sort of under-leveled compared to where I am. That looks like the exit over there. Alright, on to the boss. And down goes the Zestrada, also known sometimes as Gamera. Alright, what do we have next here? Yeah, it's definitely... Well, not Godzilla. Gamera, I would say, is going to be more who he is, since he's more turtle than lizard. Alright, why don't we do a trip over to the tundra area so we can take care of the Snow Banther. Oh, and I should explain what this is. If you don't know what this is, this checkbox here, what it does is it pauses any boost items that you have going at the time. So let's say you want to stop the timer on, like, your experience gain and your tri-boost and things like that. That's one way that you can do that. Like I said, we're just going for the Snow Banther this time, so I can just head straight to the boss here. That's a Banshee. I don't think that's going to give us a clear. I actually need to find one more King Yeti. But beyond that... yeah, we're gonna be good after that. This looks like a troll map. There's that last King Yeti I need. Cats are great as hunters, but ultimately it really doesn't end, or rather, it doesn't matter what your race is. Once you get to endgame, there's very minimal difference between the four races. Alright, that takes care of those client orders. Let's get back up to the gate ship. Alright, bear with me for one moment here. Alright, let's start handing in some of these client orders. Alright, and let's head over to the team counter next. And once again, my camera is in the ground. Looks like I'm just about done for all the team points I can get this week. So most of any of these suppression client orders we really can't do much about. We can just do like one of them. Actually, I would say let's see if we can finish up that Dagon one. There's a Dagon Extermination Force that we could do. Yeah, definitely a good time if you haven't if you need to eat something. I just had something myself during the last break. Alright, that clears that client order up. Might as well finish this this mission up as well. This map has always been kind of funny. There's always been a river running through this thing. At least from what I've seen on this particular quest. Here's some more Dagon. These Dagons are the only thing that give you points in this mission. Well, that and the Briada there. And that finishes up the mission. Alright, my team points for this week are maxed out, and the way that you can tell that is if you look right here, it says can still receive 0 team points this week. Alright, what else do we need? I could run some more explorations, of course, here. Let's go ahead and run the forest exploration, actually. Actually, before I do that, let me see who I need to do some runs with in terms of partners here. Because you do get titles from running with different characters. So I do need Clotho and Joseph. And Patty. So we'll run with those. Looks like we're not the only ones in here. And that looks like a Rapier Rest. What's going on? Or no, actually, no, this is defeat the enemies. Fog in the area. Oh, we got a haze drawl over here. That takes care of the haze draw. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it dropped any high-level list or discs here. Finally, the fog has cleared up. And we got a phase over here now. Will this just be it, or will there be a boss inside? We'll see in a moment. Looks like that's it. That's the wrong button. Alright, there goes the Fang Banshee. And once again, doesn't look like that much dropped here. Alright, up next, let's take care of that Org Bland. For that one, we want to go to Ark's Quest, and it's going to be Subdue Org Bland. Grab Patty, and Joseph, and Clotho again. Now for this one, we just need to head for the exit again. But occasionally I am striking enemies so I can get some photon points back, and so I can keep my gear up. Alright, here we go. Org Bland is right here. that takes him out. Servers are still under maintenance here. No word on when they're gonna come back up. Checking the Twitter. Last thing that was sent out was about 28 minutes ago. Kind of starting to wonder what other people are thinking at this point here. Bear with me for a moment. I'm just looking around on a couple of things on the web here. Kind of have to wonder what the delay may be at this point here, because now it's starting to seem like, now that it's been kind of a couple of hours since the servers went down, that this may be a more serious issue than they were expecting. I'm kind of wondering what actually happened here, because the last time this happened. Well, not for North America, but there was a point during the alpha tests where the servers did have to be taken down because they had to rework the databases. Because people were basically, when people were sitting in chairs, it was causing the servers to crash. Now, we got through the tutorial okay, and it wasn't until I tried to set foot in the force that things went down for me. Yeah, I don't know what to say at this point. Servers are just under maintenance, basically. All right. What else did I still have to do? I know there were like 2 or 3 more of these here. Yeah, there's quarry exploration. Let's knock that out. And hey, at least you're all getting a chance to see what the different areas are like. Yeah, no kidding. As I said before, this is sort of one of the best things that could have happened in all this. Because it shows them that they need to pay attention to how many players wanted to play this thing. They were probably thinking like, oh, we'll get some players, nothing really to worry about, and then, oh my goodness, the servers are crashing! Either that, or there's some sort of incompatibility going on between how the servers are supposed to work and how Xbox Live is working, or something like that. I mean, I'm ready to go whenever they're ready to go. And as you've heard, I've been trying to reconnect to the servers every now and then. That's that music that I've got playing currently. That's basically the login screen that you're listening to right now. Yeah, who knows how many ships they're gonna need for once the PC players come online, let alone the Xbox One players. I'm wondering if we ever got a count on how many Xbox One players decide to sign up for this thing. Oh, that was one that I still needed, and I didn't even realize it. Okay. Alright, on to the second area. Let me also check one other thing here. Alright, looks like the exit's actually going to be on the east side of the map here. Oh, Huey. Looks like you got yourself a little problem here. Come on, where's the crystal? There it is. Oh wow, okay, the servers are online. Hang on, hang on. I am switching over now. Alright, one moment, I gotta get my keyboard and everything set up here. Alrighty, everyone, I am going to be segmenting the local copy I've got here. Give me one moment, I'm going to reintroduce the show, and we're going to get going here.